Hello, my name's Emma and I'm from Balance Works Yoga. Welcome to another yoga session, and today is week 1 of our chakra series, so there'll be 7 videos to move us through the different energy centers in our body. So this is a practice today to balance out the root chakra, the first chakra, and ground us into a bit of gratitude as well. So just starting in a seated position, take a moment to get comfortable. If you need to grab a blanket or a block or anything to sit a bit more comfortably, you know your body, so take a moment to do that. But making sure that we're sitting nice and tall, but comfortably. And maybe close your eyes and take a nice deep inhale in through the nose, using it to lift up through our body, but also exhale and allow our shoulders to melt back and down. The usual thing of sort of lifting, but also grounding down at the same time. And just take this time to breathe, to slow things down. Maybe check in with yourself and how you're feeling right now, how you're feeling physically, how you're feeling emotionally. And whatever that is, whatever you bring to the practice today, it's all good, it's all fine. We're just taking this time for ourselves. You're here for a reason, so let's just embrace this time we have together. Inhale through the nose, sit nice and tall. Exhale, letting go of anything you no longer need, any tension, any burdens, any worries, doubts. Just try to put them to one side. And just bring your awareness to your spine, checking in with your alignment for a moment as we sit here. Little tuck of the chin maybe, rising to the crown of the head, really using the inhale to lift and the exhale to ground down, and begin to bring our awareness to the very base of our spine, our connection with the earth through our lower body, our feet, whatever is in contact with the ground. Just try to feel grounded here, nice and heavy, anchored down. I'm going to invite you to lay your right hand in your lap and your left hand on top of it, palms facing upwards, maybe the thumbs touching. Let's find a little dhyana mudra here. It's really good for focus, meditation, and just anchoring us in the present moment. You can do whatever you like with your hands, it's just a suggestion. But this is where our root chakra lies as well. Often seen as the first chakra, not always, but some people see it as the foundational chakra. And if we look after this one and balance the root chakra, it's all the other chakras kind of grow and from the root chakra. So it's like the foundation, the fertile soil, if you like, for the others to grow from. And when it's in balance, it's feeling balanced, we're feeling grounded, feeling a sense of safety, security, and support, and just overall well-being. So just we sit here, just take a moment to think how we can balance out our root chakra, because we often hear about it being out of balance, but what can we do to bring it into balance? Just think for a moment about any activities that help you feel grounded, whether it is just taking this time out now to sit, slow down. Maybe it's going for a walk outside in nature. Maybe it's connecting with family, friends, pets, doing an activity like gardening or cooking, all sorts of things that make us feel grounded, secure, safe. So any activities can help balance our root chakra, not just yoga or meditation. Practicing gratitude is another thing we'll be doing today, because that's really great for feeling good and secure. Maybe some affirmations, mantras, which we'll look at later. We might have a go at visualization as well, that can sometimes help people. These are just all different things. Some things work for some and others. So as we close our eyes here, I just want you to try out a little visualization. You're going to imagine a cord that's running from the very top of our spine, maybe even like the crown of our head, just wherever, the top of our spine, the top of our body, and just running all the way down through our vertebrae, all the way down through the root chakra and the pelvic floor, all the way connecting down into the earth. And just imagine this cord beginning to continue all the way down into the earth, connecting with the earth, and almost like tree roots, allowing it to anchor us and to bring feelings of stability. Bring feelings of just grounding into this moment. Just going to bring our awareness now to our pelvic floor, and just for a moment see if we can engage those muscles, this little hammock of muscle right at the base of our spine. And just see if we could just take a little engaging here, just take a little squeeze, and as we do, we're going to draw upwards, lifting upwards, really trying to draw the energy upwards, maybe bring our hands all the way upwards. Inhaling, lifting, 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 drawing upwards, maybe reaching all the way up with our hands. One more lift at the top, just drop the shoulders a bit, but reach out the fingertips, ground down through our base, through our legs. Feel nice and heavy, but also get that lift. And then exhale, just allow the arms to come down to the side, come all the way down. So we're trying to get this lift, this kind of opposing forces of lift, but also anchoring down and feeling rooted as well. Lovely. We're going to bring our hands to heart center, maybe find a little prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Take an inhale here. As we inhale, we're going to lift the chest a bit further, maybe peel the fingertips open and just open out the hands, drawing the shoulders backwards. Big inhale here, and then exhale, going to squeeze the air out and draw the hands forwards, round the back a little bit here. Bring the head down. Inhale, open. So it's a little bit of a cat-cow here in a seated position as we open the arms and squeeze the back body, and exhale, round the back body and squeeze the front body. Let the head follow. Inhale, open. Like we're breathing with the arms. Exhale, round. Let's take one more. Inhale, open. You can do whatever you want with the arms though. Whatever feels good. And exhale, back to center. Lifting up again, bring our hands to our knees this time. We're just going to start drawing some little spirals as we really feel through our base. These little Sufi grinds are great for just connecting with our root chakra, connecting with the ground, and giving everything a little massage, getting everything moving. So you can start slow, you can choose the range, you can get it as dynamic as you want. Just find what feels good with your body, trying to close your eyes and just letting go with it and enjoying the sensation and all the little stretches, all the sensations as we move. And then slowly sort of spiral your body back to center, and then we'll go in the other direction. So we're going to start to spiral out again, make those circles a little bit bigger. Really feeling through the feet, the hips as we move. Getting a little bit of movement in the shoulders. You can even bring the arms, hands down to the floor, make it a bit bigger. Allowing the head to come in with the movement. Breathing through. Maybe inhale forwards, exhale back, and then slowly bring it back in, coiling the spiral back in to center. Lovely. You can extend the legs out now if you haven't done already, and just give them a nice stretch here, coming into our like Dandasana staff pose. So pushing the heels away and just checking in with our posture, our alignment here for a moment, trying to find your sit bones a little bit so that we can sit nice and upright. Feel free to have something underneath your pelvis to elevate if you feel yourself collapsing down. If not, just really lifting up here again, just like we were in a seated position before, cross-leg position, thinking about inhaling and lifting up with the chest, then exhale and dropping the shoulders back and down. The hands can be wherever you like, down the side or in your lap, wherever feels good. Little tuck of the chin. It's a nice one to do in the mirror as well, so you can really try and check. They've got a nice long, straight back, like a staff pose, this one's called. Lovely. I'm going to hug the right knee in, get a nice little traction here to sit up tall, and then we're going to have a go lifting up the left leg, nice and straight, pushing the heel away. Trying not to sort of lean back too much, but if you do, that's fine, just not rounding the back here. Inhale, lift it up, maybe take it out to the side and then back in. So in this lift, it might just be just a smidge, that's fine. See how tight your hamstrings are. Getting that little lift. 3, 2, 1. And then extend the right leg, hug the left one in, squeeze, lengthen, shoulders down, and then up and down with a nice extended right leg. If you need to add a little bend in here, that's fine as well. Just see what you're feeling today. Remember to squeeze and lift, shoulders down and relaxed. One more. And then we're going to bring our feet together, a little diamond position with the legs here. Have a little rock from side to side. So just getting a nice little stretch through the hamstrings, maybe holding onto your ankles or your feet. Having a rock, just open up here. Easy does it. Maybe holding onto the ankles for a stretch here as we lift the chest upwards. And then take a little fold, just bring the chest forwards rather than rounding our back and coming down. We're just trying to keep on going sideways. Lift up and lengthen, and then we're folding forwards, maybe coming down with our hands to get a bit of extra pull here, but try not to round too much to begin with. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Just really long back, but trying to feel grounded through our base. A nice stretch, and a bit of sway, bit of movement. When you're as far as you can go, just maybe relax the head here. Exhale, empty it all out. And then slowly roll all the way back up again. Awesome. We're going to come into all fours now, like tabletop position. So take a moment to get there, moving with lots of love for our body, lots of gratitude, lots of respect. So just take your time in the transitions. Spread the fingertips. Start a few little circles with the hips here, or figure of 8, whatever you want. Just a few, warming up the hips, the spine, the shoulders, the wrists. It's a great one tabletop for just finding what feels good, finding what our body needs. So starting with a few little circles, getting bigger. Adding a little bit of spinal flexion at the same time, so getting a bit of cat-cow as well. And then I'm going to change direction. Rounding and going with a breath. Not overthinking it here. Maybe send the fingertips out the side, have a little rock from side to side, beginning to warm up the wrists. Maybe send them even further backwards, spiraling them round. Or just doing one at a time. Sway, circles, just easing in, not forcing anything. And then back where they started. Lovely. If at any point you need to just release the wrists and give them a little shake out, a little roll, you can do that. Okay, let's come back to our tabletop position. We're going to extend the left leg backwards and just get a nice little stretch there. And then just coming forward so that our shoulders are over our wrists, taking a moment just to check our alignment here. Pivots on our left foot and our knee. So I'm going to pivot on the left foot and bring the heel down. Take the foot out to the side, so we're creating a little kickstand here. And just check that your shoulder, your right shoulder is over your right wrist. And then slowly lift the left hand upwards, reaching upwards here, coming into a nice little supported side plank. Have a look down and just check again with your alignment, so we're not too much like this, we're nicely stacked. And we're looking upwards, so our arms are roughly in a T shape. Maybe squeezing the glutes and lifting the hips up a little bit more here. The option, if you want a bit more, is to lift the leg up, reaching upwards here. If you want a bit of balance, take one more breath, reaching, creating length, and then bringing it back down, the hand and the knee, and coming back to center. Little roll if you need to roll things out before going on the other side. So ground. We're going to ground to the left side and stretch the right foot back, getting a nice little stretch, pushing the heel away. Come back forwards, check your shoulder is over, your left shoulder is over your left wrist, and then pivot. It's going to create a kickstand with our leg, bring the left foot out the side, bring the right heel down, and then just lift up with the right hand directly upwards. Have a little check. Your arms are in a bit of a T shape here. Maybe roll, draw some circles here to open up the chest a bit more. You can even rotate the wrist to get a little bit of, give the wrist a little bit of a roll out here. Take an inhale, lift, maybe the foot comes up if you like, pushing the heel away, getting lots of activity. Hold it for one more breath if you can. And then exhale, bring it back down. Lovely stuff. So a little bit of balance involved, but really trying to connect down with our root. Let's take the knees nice and wide here, bring the toes together. Walk the hands forward, sit the heels back, sit the bottom back on the heels rather. Coming into an extended child's pose. Take a nice couple of breaths here just to melt down onto the mat. Remember, you can have your forehead on a block or a cushion or whatever you've got to hand, jumper, or you can even create a pillow with your hands, or some people like to create two fists as well if you want a bit more height here. Anything that helps you just melt down and relax into this pose. Take some big expansive breaths. Inhale to fill all the way through your nose, your lungs, your rib cage, your back, and then exhale, emptying it all out, relaxing. Inhale, lots of gratitude in. Exhale, think of one person or thing that you're grateful for. And notice how this makes you feel. Lovely. Let's slowly lift the chest and walk the hands back in a little bit. Bring the knees back to center. I'm going to tuck the toes and come into a, we're going to have the knees nice and wide. We're going to come into a little froggy pose here. So we're going to walk the fingertips towards your knees and see if we can lift the knees up, coming into a little bit of a squat or frog position. But if that doesn't happen and your hips come up, and you need to sort of lift up a bit higher, that's all fine as well. We just want to have a little ease into whatever squat feels okay here. So maybe adding a bit of a rock, a twist. If your both heels can't come down, which for most people that's the case, maybe bring one heel down as we come to one side, and then the other heel down. Trying not to round too much here, trying to still lift up, get a nice long back. And once we find our squat, and that might be holding onto something or a chair, it might be here, might be here or here. Take a moment just to see if we can maybe just bring the weight through our heels slightly. So lift our hands, maybe we find a little prayer position, trying to squeeze the elbows against the knees, get this squeeze and lift. And how about that pelvic floor again? Let's engage the pelvic floor and lift up, squeeze up. Drawing your awareness back down to the root chakra. One more breath. And then bringing the hands out, down on the floor, and walking them out in front of you and coming into downward dog. So bring the feet a bit closer together, take a little pedal with the feet, bending one knee and then the other, getting a nice little twist through the hips, little twist in the back. Spreading the fingertips, drawing the hips backwards, bending the knees as much as you need to maybe bring the belly a bit closer to the thighs, making any adjustments here, and lots of deep breaths. Exhale. Take another big inhale, sigh it out through the mouth as you melt the chest down a little bit further. Relax the neck, the head, little yes and no here, before looking forward to our hands and walking our feet towards our hands, coming into a beautiful forward fold here, bending the knees and just allowing our upper body to relax. Maybe holding onto the elbows here. Really lovely and grounding position. Really want you to ground through your feet here, maybe lifting the toes and spreading them back down again, feeling anchored down through our feet, bringing our body weight nice and low. Upper body just heavy, relaxed. Using gravity here, just to let go of anything, any tension. Awesome, just rearranging my notes as we... Lovely. Couple more breaths in Uttanasana, lovely and calming for the nervous system. Relax the arms and just going to coil upwards, so tuck everything in, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone in, curling upwards. Then when we get up, just uncurling slowly. Mindfully take a big breath at the top, maybe the arms come up. Oh, this is beautiful, the sun's come out. It's been a bit dreary today, so now I'm in a ray of sunshine. And just find our Tadasana, mountain pose, taking a few moments. I often have to take a time here. I get a little bit dizzy going from ground to upwards to standing. So I like to take a bit of time just to have a little rock through my feet, to really ground through my feet. But also find that lift. Remember this sort of opposing forces, grounding down. Take a little softness in the knees as well. Lift the toes, plant them down. Maybe rock onto the balls of our feet if that feels okay. Checking in with our balance. Woo. And down again. Arms nice and heavy alongside, fingertips pointing downwards. Maybe open up the palms here. Let's find a little openness. Open today for receiving, forgiving, being here in the present moment. Whatever we can do with our bodies, whatever we can do with our minds, we're just feeling open today. Awesome. I'm going to do a couple of little half sun salutations. So instead of going around the full round, nice and gentle today, gentle. We're going to just do the first half of it. So we're going to take a big inhale here, reaching upwards, reach. And exhale, allow the hands to part as we hinge at the hips, coming all the way back down into our forward fold we were a minute ago. And bend the knees generously here. Then we're going to slide up to a half lift. Nice straight knees, straight legs, if possible, nice straight back. It's another nice one to do in the mirror to just check we've got a long back. Some people like to keep their fingers here, whatever you like. And then exhale, come back into the fold, bend the knees, relax the upper body. And then we're actually going to keep the knees bent. We're going to reach the arms forwards and start to lift up through a bit of a chair pose. Maybe pause for a moment if you like in chair. Checking in our weight is through our heels. Little drawing of the belly here, so we're not twerking. And then we're going to inhale all the way back up and relax the arms back down. Take a breath. And again, inhale up. Gaze the thumbs if possible, and exhale. We're going to take a swan dive all the way down, bend the knees, look after the back. Inhale, slide up to half lift. Squeeze the shoulders a little bit here, and exhale, melting down to forward fold. And then inhale, we're going to look forwards, keep the knees bent as we reach forwards with our arms. Arms can be down if you prefer. We're just coming to this halfway position, chair pose. Drawing the belly in. And then inhale, rise the rest of the way. Allow the arms to come down. Exhale, one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Really moving with love, respect for our bodies. Exhale, bend the knees, relax the upper body. Inhale, bend the knees, send the arms forwards, really drawing the belly in, lengthening the back here. Pause, inhale, exhale, and then one more inhale as we come all the way up. Keep the hands at the top this time. We're going to interlace the fingers together at the top, send the index fingers upwards, and just take a little dip to the left side or the right side, doesn't matter which way, grounding through our feet so we're not going a bit wonky here. We're staying nice and stable through our lower body. Taking an inhale to lengthen, and exhale, come back to center. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. And exhale, back to center. Let's release the arms. Give the shoulders a little roll or a little shake out with the arms here. And we're going to have a little go at tree pose, a really lovely grounding pose, especially one connecting with all the trees around us, and to remind ourselves that we have roots, we have things that can help us stay grounded. We don't actually have roots, you know what I mean. We have things that help us stay grounded in our lives, that feel stable and supported and safe. So trying to tap into those whenever we can. So take a moment just to, we're just going to warm up our legs a little bit here. If they're not already warm enough. It's nice to hold on to your hips here just for a little bit of stability. Just going to ground through the left leg first of all, and just lift up right knee. Just a couple of times, bring it upwards, find your focal point, and just really gripping with your left toes to check that you are really nice and stable. Then on the next one, we're going to open it out the side. A little bit of a wobble, that's fine. Just see if we can start a few little hip circles here. Drawing circles with the knee, maybe the toes come down, or you can hold on to something for this. Arms can be wherever you like, whatever feels good. One more. Squeeze the glutes, lovely, bring the foot down. Then we'll go on the other side, we're going to ground to the right side this time, and then lift the left knee up, a little bit of up and down. You can either have it bent or straight. Just try not to wobble too much as we do it, trying to keep everything else nice and square rather than sort of bending over to one side. And then on the next one, feeling nice and secure, we're going to open out the side. Again, find that focal point, or hold on to something if you need. Maybe just have it there and tap it. Just really checking in with our balance. It's really good prep for tree pose. One more. Getting a little squeeze the glutes as we go. And then bring both feet down, just have a little dip to either side. Maybe just a few little hip circles here, checking in with our lower back, just making sure we're not holding tension here. And then tree pose. So we'll start with the first option. There's all sorts of different options in tree pose. You find what feels good. We're going to first of all ground. I'm going to go with the right leg first of all, to ground the left leg. Going to come up on the toes of the left leg and just open it out to the right leg. It doesn't really matter which way you go around. As soon as I'm mirroring you, I always go a bit wrong, so it doesn't matter which way you go. And we're going to just drop the heel gently on the ankle, opening out here, getting to squeeze the glutes and just checking we're nice and square through the hips, the shoulders. We're not beginning to do strange things here, like being a teapot or something. I don't know what made me think of that. And once we're here, you can stay here. You can bring the arms to prayer position. You can lift them all the way up. Again, find that focal point. You can bring them out to the side. You can choose a little mudra. Whatever feels good here. You can add some movement. Oh, you put some sun cream on in a minute if I carry on staying in this spot. Lovely bit of sunshine. So you can either stay here, or you can slide the foot up the calf if you're feeling stable enough. Again, my toes on the ground foot now are really gripping around to keep myself stable. That's the whole idea of tree pose, trying to find stability, security, and roots whenever things get a bit wobbly. A little metaphor. Squeeze the glutes here and bring the hands however you like. Even add in a little bit of movement, a little bit of whoa, a little bit of instability to see how we cope, a little bit of challenge. Got it. Lovely. And of course, if it's in your practice to bring the foot all the way up and getting this squeeze at the top, again, you might want to hold on to something and really squeezing the glutes here to get a lovely openness. Squeeze, 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 and see if you can find and if it feels good. Some days my balance is better than others. Today I'm a bit wobbly, so I'm going to slide that foot down and bring it down to the calf. Lovely. Whenever you've had enough of that, give it a little shake out. Remember, tree pose, you know, you can do wherever you like. You can do it when you're in a queue, you can do it when you're waiting for the kettle to boil, when you're watching telly, anything. Just start to add these things into your day just to see how you cope. Brushing teeth's a good one. Other side now, so grounding this time through the opposite leg. Don't know which side you're on, so you just go with the other leg now. And opening out in the hip and just resting the heel. As you open out, try not to like turn the pelvis to the side. We're trying to still stay facing the front. Either stay here and bring the arms in, or slide the foot up and just take a moment to find a bit of stillness, to find your balance. Choosing whatever variation feels good. A little bit of movement is good, a little bit of challenge. A little bit of discomfort, just so many metaphors in yoga, because you know what we do on our mat helps us with our daily lives. That's the whole idea, is we're challenging ourselves now so that we can cope when things get challenging and messy in other aspects of our lives. Take one more breath, whichever variation you're in. Feeling grateful for having this time to practice, to play. And then taking a little release and shaking things out. Lovely stuff. Okay. We're going to come to the top of our mats again and take a step back with our left foot and find a little warrior position here. So take a moment just to ground through your feet, making sure your right foot, the front foot, is towards the edge of the mat. We're on tram lines rather than tightrope here. We've got a nice active back leg, 45-degree angles with the back foot roughly, but nice and stable. Maybe lift the toes up and plant them down again. Feel nice and rooted down. Take time to do that. It's always worth it. And just checking with the rest of our bodies that we're not again sticking our bottoms out here. We've got a nice long back. When you're ready, inhale, reaching upwards. Maybe gazing upwards if our balance feels okay, or forwards if it feels good. Exhale, cactus the arms, drop the elbows down and wide. Squeeze the back body. It's a lovely squeeze. And then reaching forwards, bringing the arms all the way up in a big circle, like you're holding a beach ball. And then cactus the arms again. This time bring them down to our lower back, or maybe interlacing the fingers. Lift the chest, inhale, squeeze the back body, tuck the chin. And then exhale, taking a little fold over our front knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen the body. Exhale, lower. Couple more breaths to do this. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower. To check that we're not sort of rounding or doing weird things like that. We're trying to be long. Maybe the hands come up, the knuckles come upwards. Maybe that helps. Use the breath. Exhale. Humble warrior. On the next inhale, press through the feet, engage the belly, lift the arms up, and then release them at the top. Going to give ourselves a hug. Back, a little stretch here. Lots of deep breaths today, sorry about sound effects. And then we're going to step back up the top of our mat. Take a few little marching movements just to ease things off here. Then we're going to go on the other leg, warrior one. So stepping back with the right foot this time. I'm just changing direction. And just checking with our feet again that they're spaced apart. We're nice and stable, rooted down. Lift the toes, spread them down. Check your front knee is tracking the front toes. We're not doing weird stuff with our knees, so adjust your foot if you need to here. Little draw in of the belly. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift the arms, reaching upwards. Tapping into your inner warrior here. Drop the shoulders so we're strong, but also calm, poised, relaxed. And what's your warrior feel like today? Going to use the mantra I am, which is the mantra for the root chakra, and just add on whatever word you like. I am bold is a good one. I am strong. I am enough is an important one to remember. And then bring the elbows down, squeeze the shoulders, open the chest, And then continue the circle, reaching the fingertips forwards, getting a little stretch to the back. Inhale up. Reach up one more time. So repeat the mantra. I am bold, I am loved. And then drop the elbows. Nice and open the chest so we can interlace our fingers behind us or hold onto your back here. Roll the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale. Just going to tuck the chin and lengthen the back as we take a little fold, hinging from the hips. Maybe allowing the hands to come up. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, lower. Until you find the depth that feels nice and good for you today, and we're not beginning to sort of bend our knees into a weird position. On legs are how they were when we were upright. Exhale. Awesome. And then pushing to the feet and engaging belly all the way up. And then give ourselves a hug. Release the hands. We're going to turn the feet to the side now. Create a nice wide legged position. Feet fairly parallel. And just going to take a little fold here. So you can have a little bend in the knees if you want, and you can always have your block or something to hold on to in front of you, chair, whatever you like, you've got at home. And I'll go from the side, feet nice and wide. Just going to take an inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, hinge at the hips, sending the hips backwards. Taking a nice little fold now, maybe holding on to the block. Inhale to lift, make some adjustments if you need, or bend in the knees. Exhale, fold. Maybe fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Walking the hands and just seeing if we can fold a little bit further. Use the breath. Oops. And then we're going to heel toe the feet in slightly here, bend at the knees, and see if we can come back into our squat. So again, take your time here. You can always sit on a block, you can sit on a chair, stool, or you can try and find your squat again. Maybe a little bit of movement. Might be a bit easier than from the beginning. See if you've opened up a little bit more in the hips. There's so much mobility and joint stuff going on here. So if you're tight in the ankles, the knees, the hips, then it's going to be tough to do this. So it's just all about gradually easing up and coming into squat whenever you can. And just taking a moment just to find this pose. It's quite a nice one for just, connecting with people around the world who do this all the time. Connecting with our ancestors, people through history. It's such a natural way to sit. People do their daily tasks in this position. So just taking a moment to close your eyes. Don't forget to breathe as you open up the hips and bringing awareness once again to your root chakra, maybe engaging the pelvic floor, lifting up. And then slowly we're going to support ourselves down to our bottoms this time. I'm going to keep the legs nice and wide here. Getting them a nice stretch. Maybe sitting on top of something if that feels better. Lifting again, trying to find the lift and trying to find the nice long back. Tuck the chin. Imagine that little thread just pulling up the top of your head, just lifting you up, shoulders back and down. And we're going to inhale, lift up here. Ooh, sun above my eyes. Exhale, going to just take a little twist. Inhale up. Take a little twist the other side. And then bring the feet in together, coming back to our little diamond position that we started in. A little rock from side to side. Easing ourselves in. But you choose what position it is. Having a little rock. Maybe holding on and getting a little fold here. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding. Bringing the chest forwards. Nice and long through the back. Use the breath. whatever feels good. Remember, it's not about what it looks like, it's how it feels. That might be here. And then come back upright. Just going to cross our legs, whichever way feels okay for you. You can switch them around if you like. And I invite you to finish today with a little go at the mantra that is connected with the root chakra. It's supposed to be very grounding. It means I am. We talked about I am before. And the Sanskrit is lam, L-A-M, lam. And so I love to do a little bit of chanting because it is just so therapeutic, so calming for our bodies. All the vibrations, a bit like when I use my singing bowl in some sessions as well. It's just feeling the vibrations through you is a great thing for us to feel grounded. So it's up to you whether you join in. We're going to do it 3 times. Relax the hands wherever you like here. We can maybe just rest them on our knees for a bit of an anchor point here. Going to take a big inhale. And off we go. And again, don't be shy. One more. Give it a go. Notice how you feel. Hopefully grounded, hopefully calm. It's great for that. And we're going to slowly come down into Savasana. Easing yourself down to the mat. Remember to move with love for your body. And just take a moment when you're down if you need to add a few little rocks or sways or windscreen wipers with your legs. Maybe hugging the knees in and just having a little massage of the back as we just tend to any extra things, this extra little precious time with our bodies. See what it's telling you, what it needs. And just taking a few moments to get comfortable. For the last part of the practice, you can either keep knees bent or extend one leg and then the other. Allow the arms to fall out to the side. Just take a deep inhale. And really use that exhale to relax. To allow everything to be heavy. The back, the legs, the arms, the hands and feet. The colour associated with the root chakra is red, hence wearing one of the only red tops I have. And so just going to take a moment to finish with another little visualisation. So as you're lying here, close your eyes and just bring your awareness one more time to the base of your spine. Your root chakra. And I want you to imagine a small red light glowing here. Deep, warm and steady like the ember of a fire. And with each inhale, see this red light glowing brighter. And with each exhale, feeling it spreading through your hips, your legs and your feet, rooting you, anchoring you. Feel this red light as strength and safety and connection to the earth. Let it pulse with your breath, glowing in, radiating out. And allow the red lights to expand down into the ground like roots from a tree. Feel yourself supported by the earth, stable and secure. You can say to yourself, I am grounded. I am safe. I am supported. take as long as you need here. Whenever you're ready, just allowing the red light to draw back in, returning to a steady, gentle glow at the base of your spine, always present like a warm ember. And know that this red glow will remain with you through the week. A quiet reminder of your grounding, your strength, and your connection to the earth. Anytime you feel anxious, unsteady, disconnected, you can pause, place your attention to the base of your spine and breathe into that red glow. I am grounded, I'm safe, I'm supported. Stay here for as long as you like. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Namaste.